and rising. Hello, collective. Okay, I guess this would be just surrounding the flower moon connection. I started yesterday. I got 10:03 on the dot. It's 10 a.m. 10:03. Give you some energy there. That means that it's significance, which would be number 3 and 10, the number of numerology. Okay, so that we have an Empress. It could be the third house. Third house would be in Gemini. Since this is the cusp of Gemini, Taurus and Gemini, it's really Gemini and Taurus, but we're going into Gemini. So this is 22nd, which would be mastery, which is number 22. Also is the full journey, which would be 0. And it's in the energy. I've already pulled the cards, and there it is. So that means everything's in order, in place. Coming from bulls and going into twins. Twins has to do with connection, okay, relationships, and that means that's the energy. I'm going to give you some of the different of goddesses or deities or what y'all call. To me, it's ancestry. So we got some energy of Empress energy. We got some Oshun energy. We got some what they call Orisha energy. We have what we call it Juno energy, astrology. Juno, I would say Juno, connects to all things, different languages with different names, places, and person, place, and things, family and friends. Communication. They're gonna give you some Mercury. I don't know if it's still Gemini is retro or not. I don't know if it's direct or not. Giving you that information. So I'm in here dealing out cards here. I have the cards decks that I'm going to be using, which will be is the Secrets of the Ancestor Oracle. Also the Night of School is the night School, and that's about moonlit magic. Okay. Also I got some information. Going to be using Everyday Tarot. I like that card. I think that's my one of those cards. Not really. Third. I don't know which one. But this one is, I loved it because it's balancing on what you should do and bring you as a balance. Give you direction. What is the goal of the guide? The guide is where you go, and as far as if it's direction, and then the reverse is what I'm saying as the guide that basically get you where you're balanced. You're doing both, not just one, but a balance, and that'll give you that Temperance energy, which is number 14, and that energy is the surrounds what's going on right now. So we got Empress energy, we got the flower moon, and the Hare Moon. It's different stages of difference of the full moon. And you go on there and figure out what that is about. So you got different of the full moon, and there is like the title of it. 9 out of 10, it's about manifestation, in which that you put in your seeds. Your seeds is always fruits, and since we're coming in that, I believe a couple videos I talked about the summer fruits was coming. It's gonna be hot. When it's hot like that, then that is different times of the seasons, and we're number 2nd, which is the volume, which that will give you the moon, and that will be about I guess this would be see, sometimes when I start something, I'm like, okay, now wait a minute, I already said this, but let me say it again. To me, it's about the moon, and different moon phases is what it is. So different ones that have different things, a waxing and waning moon. So we're in a waxing moon. Okay, they give you times of seasons. Okay, that's what it is. The second volume is the summer. Summer is, it is to remembering of much, if that makes sense. All right, so All right, let me go ahead and give you some information about ancestors. Give information, his and hers. We always in family and people that's passed on uh, give all intentions to them and to basically it's the ones you love. So it says guardians of that four corners, mother in the earth, father in the sky, angel, ancestors, sacred ones. I call on you and welcome you here and now. I set the intention that whatever is gained from the lesson learned from the tool will be dedicated to the growth in all beings in all places. Amen. Ashe. Okay. So Aman, Amun, Aman, and Ashe, grand rising of grand cycles. And that means all. Okay. So now, the secrets of the ancestors oracle is the first thing I pulled was basically was the ancestor force, and it's channeled around that what is surrounds this. So that's the ancestor. That's the completion. That's like completion is like number 10, my understanding. Okay, but understand going from 9 is the end of it, right? 9 goes to 10. So what surrounded was 10 completion, giving you 10 anyway, which is the mother of water, emotional self-care. Okay. Then after that, I had the matriarch, what does it mean? The matriarch, nurture of the her. It's the nurture. It's what like nurturing of the harvest, and then it connects to the emotional self-care. So that means that's the daughter and that's the mom. It means in order. So you got mom, daughter, and the force of the and it's the ancestral force. It's the force, like force be with you. So you got those three. So the ancestral force is 21, but it's completion though. That means the completion of the world. World is to be seen out here. Perception or deception is out there. It's the world to be seen and to play in it. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay. So the matriarch and the 30th. To me, it's like the Empress energy, the flower moon, and that is a full moon. Okay, to be illuminating. Also, it could be hitting too, or something that it is subconscious bringing to conscious. So that being dark brings in light and to get understanding. Now, after that, what's up under there is the shaman. And the shaman is trust the path. And that is going to give you the high priest, which are called a hierophant. It's still, to my understanding, it's priestess. Because the high priest is number 2, which would be is the Pisces. But my understanding, this is still the energy of Pisces. It has a lot of water. Okay, to me, it's the 12th house of Pisces, and it must be like I said, it does surround it. It has water. Okay, so that is emotional, or it is nurturing. Okay, giving and loving. But the shaman says trust the path and give you that hierophant. Okay, and then I have the patriarch, which is father, right? So we got mama and pop up in here. That is the unapologetic. That means you don't have to apologize for everything. Just do 4 and 5 in order. So we got 3, 4, 5 in order. They tell you something. Then here we got the boo-boo, or we call it bubble, and the fool, and its possibility and potential. This still also is number 22, which is the day of May 22nd. Okay, so they're giving you the information. So it's going to give you a whole lot. The matriarch, patriarch will be mothers and fathers is in here, and the ancestral forces be with you. I mean the whole family here, and giving you that daughter energy. That's going to give you the whole tribe here, the whole ancestry. They here, and they are in here about this particular, about 3 and 10. that's gonna give that 30 believe that the significance that I said 10 on 3 gonna give you the information that it's the number numerology is gonna give you about the mother of water, emotional self-care. So it means, my understanding is like, take care of yourself, be loving within yourself, and give it to others. And my understanding is like a change. Change has to do with that. Hair has to do with that Hare Moon. It tells you what change in there, and change has to do with that rabbit. That means the abundance that surrounds the Empress energy. Okay, so then after that, then the cards that I brought out here, it says the glad. Here it is. It says, I'm glad trouble don't last always. Believe in yourself. Orisha of change, number 10. They love your juicy fruit. If that resonates to somebody. Man, it's something else. So now I understand the serial infant, and it's the day. This will be the day of it, right? So to my understanding, the Saga, and what you call Saga, Sagittarius, it is a cusp. So you got that energy going from one. You're traveling. Okay, we're moving, and we're going into that summer, and summer is hot, right? Also, the fruits of that cycle of the fruits that is the abundance coming from that. It's still a part of a harvest, because that means that second phase of the season that people or individual, or which will be as I put this as far as could be anybody that put their time and their of things, of gifts that they decide what they were doing behind the scenes. It means that whatever the work that they're doing, because we're coming from the work anyway, because that sixth house has to do with work, individual, what you're doing, your work daily. So that means your duties that you're doing to bring as an LLC or a store, or anything that you're building. Building has to do with what you're doing behind. And also you need the manifestation of whatever you manifest. This is time to manifest on your moon with the flower moon, and this is what this is about. This Empress energy, that's what you're bringing. Okay, so that means your ideas and things that you should bring in to call, where you're basically is you manifesting in to bring in what the results comes after. Okay, so that is about this energy coming from bull. Man, it would be bullheaded sometimes, coming into that going into love and unconditional love. It means connections with family, friends, and a lot of things. And also, the school is out, so school is going to be out, and then you're close to, like, you be closer to your family, and your friends, and if they connect to anybody, like the environment that is connected. I mean, that is more things to do when you have your kids. It's not at school, so there's other things that they could be doing, or you could more connected to your children. Okay, it's a connection. Okay, that means in the energy that surrounds. That means a lot of connection. Okay, so now the ones on this book, it was telling me about alone and among the animals. It's like, to me, it's like that's like somebody alone and among and the animals, and man loves noise. So it's like a person that likes to be outside, that has a lot of energy that is surrounds it. So that means some type of significance which is connecting to earth. That means outside, and connected to animals. Maybe somebody needs to go to the zoo. Or what man loves noise. That means that information that could be as emperor. It could be the patriarch. Maybe it could be that particular of the emperor loves noise. Maybe that's something drama or music, or a person that they teach, or they just like to listen with another person. I guess the noise. I understand noise is like music. There would be sound. There would be clairaudience. It can be That's a person that listen, and sometimes also like drama. If that resonates to anything. So my understanding, when you got the force with you and the completion of the world, and the world is perception and to be seen out here. So let's give out some information. I'm gonna give some, and then I'm not gonna do everyone because this is the new decks that I'm doing. Okay, it says here, be proud, celebrate yourself. You have a well-deserved sense of wholeness. The vibe is fulfillment and harmony. You have a better understanding of who you are than ever before. You are protected. You are safe. It is safe to be safe. The ancestors have your back in full force. Embrace the there it goes. It says, embrace the new opportunities. The ancestral memory. The ancestral force comes through as a Yoruba that give you call it Egon, and this is the masquerade. This is Ungun or June. I call it June. Egajun, I call it like that. It's a celebration of ancestral spirits that provides a portal for as participants of the communicate with those who have transition. This has to do with travel and change and transition. That means that energy of butterflies. I've seen butterflies. So if that's in the energy of collective, that means it could be a masculine or feminine. That means something that is surrounding. That means something change. Change is the energy. That means you have change, transit, and with that chariot energy, which that's what it's Cancer. So that means a change. All right. So ancestral medicine allow you to be more vulnerable with the people in your inner circle. If you don't have people you can be open with, consider allowing in more people. Still giving you that energy. That means some connection also as a person that you should be driving your chariot. Okay, that means your intuition of what you of the medicine. So that means about allowing other people. That means got that PR information. That's giving you some information that you may need other people to help you with your LLC. Also give you some information. Also pay attention to your intuition, because it's really, we're in a time now that it seems like that absorbed of the sun, and that sun is there. So that means I have the energy is surround, is about absorbing. But if everything then filled up and everything has happened in the perception of things, now you have new ideas and new things to start over again. But you got to be careful about your intuition about certain things. And I'm like, you want to be the best what you're doing, but you got to watch. The challenge is that you have to challenge yourself and challenge other people's too, because the point is to make you strong. And I understand, I get it, but sometimes a person needs time break and a time for everything to have some kind of peace to understand about what you need to do in the first place. But if you can't get that peace, then how are you able to give out the information that you need to without somebody interfering? And that means somebody don't think that you're not either good enough or not. But when you're battling, sometimes you take your energy about the ones that interfering in. They taking some of your energy when you need to be worried about yourself. But then you have to find a way and to keep that and put it behind and know you still got to do what you need to do. So then you got to trust yourself a little bit more. So anything in the shadow, always do balance. So if this is in reverse, this means as a negative factor, but you can bring it back to positive. So you look at both of them, right? That's how I do. I do both. You are feeling a bit of empty at the end of the journey. There is a lack of connection. You feel unfulfilled. And this right here is despite a recent success. What is preventing you from seeing your happiness? Look for delays and suddenly pop up. Okay, they give you a corresponding world definition. I embrace my sacred connection to infinite potential. Okay, so if you don't have the connection that you need for your helping with your LLC. It's a lot of people that are doing it. You have to study and to understand what they're saying. And if you can't get the understanding, then you have to figure out how. But that takes the time for you to take your time to be thinking and how you're going to do and how you're going to build your goals and everything that you need to do. That means putting all the things that you've been studying in order and to get to understand to bring as a good business, as a business woman or business man. Now understanding, I can say this, I'm in the process of study. Does that make sense? I can't sit here and say I've already have mastered in that, okay? But I have the mastery within me that able can to put in that position of an LLC because I have the information. So if I have the information, then the head, then the body has to follow what the we have to listen what the my understanding is that the thoughts, the surrounding, my information, that my antenna, that things that I have that's been stored in my conscious records, that my body has to catch up with that. Does that make sense? That will give me about the more information about myself or anything in the collective. If this is the masculine or feminine, that means that you may have to do a little more exercise in order to catch up with whatever you want to do in this life. So it means sometimes you have to do a little bit more than others, if that resonates for somebody. So, okay, now Empress energy. Hey, that's Oshun. That's emotion. We all that water we just came. I think they said 5 inches in this area, but my understanding, to 5 inches is more than 5 inches. So I always say five has a lot to do with exactly again 5. Let's get on in it with 5 is about. Five's here front. Like I said, it is also have a lot of change and challenges. Okay, also gonna give you that shaman energy, which there will be setbacks or part of your growth. You are trying to figure out what to do. The answer is to do right thing, and you are way more than the present moment. There is a spiritual solution for every challenge. You have a need for the various structures and guidance you usually run away from. It's like you start one, you don't finish it. Hello, you ain't finished yet. You ain't finished it. You need to finish. Now, I want to say that. Yesterday I was had a little giving some information that was about the unfailing vision, and that has to do with struggle and have difficulties, and which that is. It's like the when you start, you just don't finish it, and then you get upset, and then you turn around and but you got to keep on manifesting constantly. It's like the tactical. You have to keep on. It's like the elements of life. You got to keep moving. It's like the visions, and the vision is involved with transformation of the physical matter. Physical matter come back to which will give you Capricorn energy, and gonna give you Taurus and Virgo, and they're gonna give you the information. That's the green. That's something that you're basically you like to see, observe outside. Maybe you need to, maybe you need to do some things that do with animals. Maybe you need to do and deal with pets. Maybe you like animals. Maybe you need to go to an animal shelter. Maybe that'll bring that energy or love and unconditional love. Maybe that's what you may need. So it could be that. Just saying. Okay. Also, let's see anything else in here. It says, okay. Giving you that you're on the path and be loved. You're beloved. And it seems like this is ancestors how much they love you. And my understanding says giving you that the shaman shows up energy with great ancestor. It's called it Vazmalu, and they call you Credo, Montawa, healer and storyteller. That's the philosopher, and or what is that? Or Iist. It says right, he was known as a Zulu shaman. The shaman is the personal messenger from divine, as a wise counselor and a mentor. So what it is giving you the Hierophant, and also giving you the give you wounded healer. Take care of yourself. Sometimes you need to take care of yourself and not take care of other people. Take care of you first. And give you the yes, and also give you pains and traumas. Allow that you help others. It's turn the energy and love inward. It's turn the love inside instead of giving to others. Start with that. Love yourself and do that, and then be able. So just give you some information here. Now let's give you the shadow aspect, because aspect is what's hidden behind the moon of that flower moon. That's gonna give you the illumining, and also gonna give you what's hidden. Okay, if that makes sense. It's a fight, the powers that be. But get clear, are you rebelling just for the sake of rebelling? Sometimes we can be a rebel without a cause. You are overly dependent on exterior and validation. You want to know what this is one thinks, what that one thinks. I'm gonna say it again. You want to know what this one thinks and what that one thinks. If that makes sense. It's like, as a person that is a person want to know, and about the thinking part. Thinking has to do with your thoughts, okay, and thinking at that same time. It's like you constantly are thinking about all the time. It's like you're moving, your thoughts is too much. It's moving and moving, and you're not. It's like more thinking than you're moving. That makes sense. You're doing more thoughts than you're moving. It's like you slow you down, something like that, on your thoughts. Okay, so it says, I honor my own beautiful path in connection with divine. So basically, it's telling you about the moon, the flower moon, that you need to put more love in it, okay, within yourself. And all the thoughts is causing probably emotional. Emotion got to do with watering. Do is Cancer. Cancer is what this is, the Empress energy. And there it is, Orisha, Oshun. They got so many names. And June and Juno. Give you some of the call it astral. I guess we're giving some Australia going on here. Australia might got something to do with that. Moving on. There's also, I want to give you that as astrology. It's different things of the stars and alignment degrees, and certain things we have different names for different languages. Okay, be the same, but different languages are different things. And my understanding of the study of the I've read. Now that's my opinion. I got a red cornel. It's outside, so that can resonate to who, and that's the red bird. It's the cornel bird that gives you some energy of red is power. So maybe an ancestor is around. Okay. Now let's give you about the food. Now the food is like, and this bubble, the fool is possibility of potential. This is a moment to make a fresh start. Okay, anything can happen. You are being called toward infinite opportunities. You will rise and call. Pack light and go for what? For it. I'm gonna say it again. Pack light, and go for it. Leave behind the unnecessary. Ignore the judgment in others. You are leaping into a new phase. They tell you Bubble the Fool shows up, remind you that unlimited potential of power are taking small risks. The ancestor walks with the energy of optimism and trusting in life. We are all a bit of foolish at times. Walk off walk off of the cliff and trust that net will appear. Okay, give you some information on that. That is the Fool, and also Bapa Food is depicted in the colorful of the tattered clothing of the mandi. That means is the ritual clown. It's the ancient performance dating back to the kingdom of the Segul of the Mali. Okay, the ancestral medicine is gentle. It's giving you a gentle reminder not to take yourself or anything else so seriously. Try approaching life as curiosity and joys of expectation. They give you a shadow of an easy to caught up in the voices and fears and stories of others. So it's like sometimes you be caught up with the voice, music, and whatever fears and stories of others. That means it's like the fear or something that has already happened that was not too nice or too that you found out it was emotional, and instead of finding a way of practical, which of grounding. Sometimes you need to ground. Sometimes you be outside, need to get that sun and ground at the same time. That resonates to somebody. But now I tell you that now is the time to conservative. That's conserve. That means in your choices. It's about you. You have to be certain what's going on. To me, my understanding is like um, about your stuck energy. Okay, that makes sense. And to come out of that and to find another way of a source, but you're traveling, so it's like you transition from different things from a stuck energy. That means something that has been dead and something been rebirthed, transformed. That means something burnt. It means give you the energy of what you call it, the Phoenix rising, and 12 going to 13. So that means a transition, and the butterflies Empress energy. It's just something of change. It's this caution and be advised. It means what you put in your thoughts and what brings out. And it means cause sometimes it be thinking too much. And that makes sense. Okay, also it says unconditional in love and support. That means unconditional love yourself, apology. Think sometimes you gotta say, forgive myself. Okay? And that and say I forgive myself for what I do on the daily and some things when you acting out. So you act like a child when you're in that acting out immature. Okay. Now, seem like everybody in here, to be honest with you, it's like a force is just being protection. Now, this is what I got. I got a create of college. What's it, college? It's gather photos and illustration, invoke and sensations, and you will feel as you step into the night. Include whatever imagined symbols or glyphs or doodles, and even objects that bring you into alignment with the night energy. So that's giving you like you giving a collage. So you need to go ahead and manifest as your things and put in order. That makes sense. Okay. Then this one here is the experimental mentor and affects the experiment. So that is acquire two small versions of the same plant. Set them up so they are subject in the extract, same variables and conditions. Shower one plant with the positivity. Picture the other wilted and withering, saying mean things to it, compared to the vibrance of each after 1 month. Okay. And this one is the night mantra. It's the magic everywhere. To see it is effects. And it has on your life and change the way that you perceive the world. To harness it, change the way that you interact with the energies around you. To know it and change the way you think. To live it and remember the lessons of the night as you go about your day. So this here is like it's hidden, all right? But it's like your thoughts and how you deal with mental, like stuck energy. That means things you've been thinking in the house, you've been doing so much, and you basically it's like you thinking too much, and then therefore it comes for after the fact. Then you wonder why what's going on with your energy. Your energy is like you building stuff up more than what it really is, and that cause problems when you trip over your own feet. I mean, you moving. And those things happen because you have to understand that you are the one that is causing problems. But if not, if it ain't you, then it also can be somebody that's using of your thoughts and your patterns that cause where you is stopping your as like a walk, your travel. That means somebody is connecting to something that is causing problems in your manifestation. That means somebody stumbled, that somebody interfered. There could be something in your relationship. Okay, that's gonna bring in right here. She's gonna be connected to that. And this here. These two right here. So the energy gonna give you the mother and the matriarch, the harvest. Alright? So that 3 and 10, which is 3 and it's 30. But this right here is telling you just a part of it. It breaks it down. So it's from 30 to 10 to 3. that's going to give you, that's the Empress energy. It's also going to give you the completion of it. It's the 21, but it's really a 10, and they give you the wheel of fortune. That's what it's in the energy behind. That's the fowler, well, not fowler, but the flower energy. Okay. Now, so let's see anything else. I have really been put so much stuff in here. So it's just challenge. You know, when you're doing different things with people that's asking about PR and stuff, then you have to really pay attention with that type of stuff. Some of these cards are kind of like stuck. I think they're new. They're new, so let's try to see what I can bring something else. Anything in the ancestry, things I need to bring, anything else. I think you already done. Thank you for everything that you can brought things out. Thank you for the things that has been hidden in this flower moon, giving you that the force that your family is in. So this is collective. So this is for ancestry. So this is to be the collective, masculine, feminine. That means that everything is well within. Your ancestors is protecting. And the birds, as you can hear, that is letting you know that they are with you. Okay. Same thing here. I think something else in here. Another step. I think I done pulled everything. Now this here giving you here right here. Now look, I did that on the video, and it had about 3 swords. Now if it's upside down now, that means that those swords that came up out of there now. So those swords has been took out. So I did that. It was 3 swords in there. Okay, now it's upside. That lets you know that those swords has been pulled out of the heart. That means it's been mended. And this is all shade. Amen. Now this is beautiful. Those swords that was put in your heart has been pulled out. And that's number 3 again. That's the mission. They pulled it out, that mission. So either that the left did their job, if that resonates for the left, or the 3 and 3 and 6 has to do with the relationship, and those swords has been pulled out. Okay. So, all right, I think we'll leave that alone there. All right, so everything else that I'm saying, that to be honest with you, let's see. I think we know it's got everything in here. It has to do with thoughts. It has to do with flower energy, Empress energy. That means that's the Cancer, the mother, and the mother, and that means that the Fool means that it's been an open door, and it's also escape too, and to lightly, pack it lightly, and mean get yourself to the next destination, to the next, so you can go ahead and start finishing what you need to finish on your manifestation. So that means somebody is leaving, moving to the next. There's travel to the next destination. That means move. Okay. So that is good things, and that's hey, and always gonna be trouble. It always brings in good things. I got a 6 again. I got number 6 again. I got traps up in here. I just seen it. So let me see if I can find it. I just seen it here. See, but if it's been trapped, just seen it. See if I can see it again. So and letting you know that I just seen it. So that means that trap, and that means the part of moving. Get out of traps. Get out of it. Alright. So now, since we're talking about the serial epic, and like I said about the second, but also it's May 22nd, that has to do with the Fool, right? And that is going to tell you that what is around, it's got to do with drawing towards the serial of creation and forms of entertainment, and which that is to exercise your talents and again develop variation. Its excess of lives does not necessarily lie in amount of material wealth with the pile upon the number of the friends and acquired. It's like put in production of work. We're in that work energy, number 6 again. Like I said, work has to do with work, and like I said, being friends and family, being connection and all that. But it's a lot of, it's like a challenge, competition in 6th house. It's what that is, because it's about, okay, if you're a building is said has to do with your store, LLC, or whatever that you're doing in this life. Whatever you build is something that is something that you already got the information. And if you got those issues with that behind competition, because they are doing it, I'm talking about, this the year of identity fraud. Okay, I'm sorry, it is the straight up like that, and it is. And it's like I said, people are out here doing that, and for identity, you have to be shown and say, hey, you gotta watch that. Because like I said, the last video I said, it's like in the classroom behind. It's what's behind the classroom. And like I said, it's the projecting. And what projecting is overhead. That means somebody watching what you doing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? That means somebody watching in your classroom. They sitting in there watching when you doing the teaching. Okay, that makes sense. Get that. Get some popcorn on that with some soda or something else, or some water. Understand that's the movies. The movie's gonna tell you what's really going on. It's gonna tell you that before before what's really going on in the environment. Check that, boo. Okay. So like I said, sometimes when you when you're teaching and you're reading and somebody gets sleepy, so kind of wake up now. This is behind the scenes now. If you the one is the teacher, you're the teacher, and they sit here, but then they come back, and it's like a child. When a child, you teach a child, and then later on when they get older, and then they come back and start talking mess to you after you done everything, and you done sit up here and talk to them and make sure you have food and something over their head, a house and home and everything, and then after that they come back talking mess to you. Okay, that's like somebody sitting in the seats, watching what you doing about what you doing daily, and they trying to catch up or to listen, and then they come back and bite you. They come back like that serpent energy. You know what I'm saying? That's got like immature too, and be grown at that. And then they trying to outdo you, and trying to control your own environment. I got Angel Big Mike and here, if that resonates. I got 6 again. So still 6. I pulled it this twice. That's intuition, understand about the 6. Relationship connection. I'm telling you, if you can't get along with people, leave them alone. But watch of your energy, because they are connecting. There's, like I said, sometimes people throw the rocks and hide the hands, hide the rocks behind, and you didn't know, but they threw it, right? It's still a gun. They shooting the gun, but then behind then they still got something behind. They still doing something. That means the energy of the last video had to do with the evil queen. It has something to do with that. That's a person giving you sugar and salt. That means confusional, really. If it's too much sugar, too much salt, that's too much, all right? So if that is like giving you, they give you confusion energy. That somebody is trying to say they're going to help you, but they hurt you at the same damn time. That's what it is. Okay? And giving you that energy of DAMN. They giving you as hell. That means giving your bottom. Trying to for you to put you in that energy, in that type of environment. Now, that's what it is. But you can put yourself in that. You can remove that energy and put connected to another energy. I'm saying you can find another way. You find your way of thoughts that what's going on in the environment and change it in another way. And this is what it is with balance. Because this behind it, now that's what the energy I'm looking. So that's means that's place a person, place, a thing, and that is connected to this energy which what's going on behind. It's relationship. It's connection. It's that's something as a masculine or a feminine, is a soulmate or as a twin. Whatever you call it that. It could be family, it could be your children. It could be your aunties, it could be your uncles and your niece and nephews. It could be your sister. It surely can be. It connecting. Because it's causing problems in there. You having to acting up, you acting out because you thinking. Because therefore, somehow people, the last video I had, and that video had to say to do with the sixth sense. Sixth sense is still about also as create. And I mean what create is creation. So that is got something to do. If they got to do with the time of times, and this we coming in from people that's passed. We had so many people pass in 2020. We had 2018, 19, 20. All these people passed. That means some people really died. You know what I'm saying? And their energy is just lingering here because at a point of time, it lingers. Some people didn't cross over. Okay. So when the Sixth Sense come in that movie, if you go and look at that movie, they have gonna tell you about the people said the little boy said, I see people, I see dead people, they dead. And what that means is causing problems because if you paid attention, he said the little boy said they want them to do things. Okay, now wait a minute, and that's when the father's sitting up here like, well, how can I deal with my son, my little one? He has issues, not issues, but it's mental with anybody because everybody don't have these issues. But it's just the boy was very, he was psychic. He knew things, right? Okay, so that caused problems, and they're bringing in your own home too because you ain't been using, you haven't dealt with it. So then you have to understand that these people sometimes will try to control your environment. You're the one in the chariot. You are the one in the chariot. You're the one who drives it. You tell them to sit back. Where they at in the first place? In the back. Leave back there. Behind. If they're going to be in the seats, just sit here and let me drive it. In the back seat. You sit yourself and you sit down. I control my front of my driver. You sit down. So that means shut up. Sit down, get some popcorn, and get some dang soda or whatever you would like. Sometimes ancestors like a little drink. You might need a drink. You might have to give them a little strong drink and give them some popcorn. Maybe they be quiet. There it is. There it is. Because anytime they up here, they messing around and stuff. They want something to drink. They want some cigarettes. They give me some cigarettes. Give them some tobacco so they can put in their pipe. And then they probably want a little bit strong drink too. That's what I'm saying. But then you give it rest. They ask you what you want, cause like you interfere in what I'm doing. You stopping me. I got to go there. You what you would like, cause if you gonna deal with that, this is what they asking for something. They want something because the boy said, hey, they want something from me. So now we're in a time of age, and it has to do with hidden things. Now, Saturn had something to do with the mid thing, hanging up in here, and Saturn, what's her name, Saga, and that energy was giving out the information, really, and it has about Saturn, and it's just hanging. So, in that particular steel of this, it has to do with subconscious and dark times, right? So, when we're hanging up in there, then what are we supposed to do when we're dealing with things that doesn't cross over? So, now just imagine some people that is you got the ghost, the movie Ghost. This the energy. There it is. So they just sitting up in here, they ain't crossed over yet. And how you deal with them. Okay. Right here it say be sober. If that resonates. Let's see. Who failed to grow? There we go again. We get give you the information of unfailing vision, and give you also, which will give you a serial epic. It didn't mean like an epic. It could be a whole year. It could be a whole year. All the information. But understanding that the swords have pulled out of the heart. Okay, that means that right there gonna tell you it was a whole lot of people. There was a groupie and doing all kinds of stuff. And that third house is gonna be still with Gemini. See, we're in there now. We back in a whole year. So it's been a whole year and the whole epic. Okay, and those swords was all in your heart, and the whole year then is pulled out. So you have done a lot. Okay, so you need to pat your little hand in the back of your back and say, hey, I did a lot at that time. I went through something. I went through all of that. Now my source is coming out. Okay. Now that's a good thing. Now you're mending in your heart. Now things are going good. You're going for bullheaded. Okay, coming out of that. Now you ain't going back into some love, unconditional love with yourself. And then everything is gonna be all right. And that is the end of this particular one, of this cusp, okay, of Taurus and Gemini. And the fall is the foul. I don't know why I keep saying Fowler. I don't know why it's in their energy. It's the flower moon with the Hare Moon of different phases of the full moon. Show the the there it go again. Illumining. You know, already know what that is. So somebody is watching. It's always somebody watching, but you keep on moving. Everything will be fine. Your full journey of your time of Aquarius. There's a time of challenge and changes, but after that, all is well. Be good to yourself. Have a wonderful day.